I'm McEnerny-Ogle, Mayor for the City of Vancouver, and today is Wednesday, June 3rd. Thank you to Alex and Elise, our American Sign Language interpreters, for joining us this afternoon. The Clark County Public Health has submitted a new application to move into Phase 2 of the state's 4-phase reopening plan. Public Health provided the state with additional information and data about its response to the Firestone outbreak. The new application uses new metrics to measure the disease activity and the healthcare system readiness, the testing capacity, contact notification capacity, and protection of our high-risk populations. Dr. Melnick has stated that based on the level of the disease activity in the county, the public health's ability to respond quickly, he's optimistic that we will receive a favorable review on the county's application to move to Phase 2. There still is no timeline for when the county will receive word on its application, so for now, Clark County and Vancouver are still in Phase 1. The state has launched an updated version of the online COVID-19 risk assessment dashboard with much more detailed county-by-county data. The updated dashboard provides researchers and the public a better ability to see what's happening at the regional and county level when it comes to COVID-19 testing, activity, and the healthcare system readiness, including our hospitals. Many of the metrics that counties are required to meet before moving through the phases of the reopening plan are shown on the new dashboard, so it's easier for you to see how our county is meeting those key targets. The state will use this data combined with the additional information provided by counties when they apply for approval to move to a new phase and to help determine when it's safe for a county to move forward. The dashboard is fed with data from multiple sources, including the Washington State Department of Health, the state's new hospital reporting system, and the Department of Social and Health Services. And we'll provide a link so that you can look at the current data for Clark County. Governor Inslee also extended the protection for renters by extending the emergency order temporarily halting evictions for 60 days through August 1st. New provisions added to this extended order include prohibiting retaliation against any tenant who invokes rights or protections under the order, establishing a defense to any lawsuit for tenants if a landlord fails to offer a reasonable repayment plan, exempting commercial property rent increases that were executed in a rental agreement prior to the date of the state emergency declaration of February 29th. There are some exceptions to the evictions, and this order also allows owners to evict tenants if the owner plans to occupy or sell the property after providing at least a 60-day notice. Other restrictions, including the prohibition on assessing late fees or other charges, are continued in the order. Landlords and tenants are encouraged to communicate in good faith with one another and to work together to come up with the timing and terms of payment and repayment solutions. Also extended for an additional 30 days is an emergency order to Washington State health insurers requiring them to waive copays and deductibles for anyone requiring testing of the COVID-19 disease. Insurers must continue to allow a one-time early refill of prescription drugs and suspend any prior authorization requirement for treatment or testing of the COVID-19. In addition, if an insurance company does not have enough medical providers in its network to provide testing or treatment for the disease, it must allow enrollees to be treated by another provider within the reasonable distance at no additional cost. This extension applies to all state-regulated health insurance plans and short-term limited duration medical plans until July 3rd, 2020. But in closing, I want to say that like many in our community and throughout the entire community, I'm saddened by the death of George Floyd. On behalf of the Vancouver City Council, I extend our condolences to the Floyd family and to all of the communities profoundly affected by this trauma. We have a humanitarian crisis in our community and in our nation. Peaceful, meaningful demonstrations is an exercise of our right to free speech and assembly, and there have been many demonstrations and protests taking place in cities across the country, including in Vancouver. But here in Vancouver, we'll continue to protect our community with the professionalism and respect that preserves rights and free speech while effectively serving public safety needs. I'm proud to serve as a mayor of a community that honors our differences, values our peaceful assembly, and exercises its voice without violence. We recognize the outrage at the root of these protests, and we recognize that while physical damage to buildings can be repaired, the pain and anger and frustration this damage represents must also be healed. So please remember that even though we're in phase 1, you can still go outside. You can still hike, go for a walk, enjoy our parks, not the playgrounds. Farmers Market is open as an outdoor grocery store with strict safety protocols. And CTRAN is still operating. Just enter into the back door, not the front door. And I hope you all will have a good week. Enjoy the weather. I wish you well. Stay strong, Vancouver.